Chocobar Kids.
Subscribe to watch more videos.
Active ants and lazy friends.
Once in a pleasant forest lived lazy bees, lazy grasshopper, and active ants. The lazy grasshopper and its friends were talking about what food could be eaten for that day. They decided to take the food from the active ants. The active ants were collecting food for the winter time. The lazy friends took the food that were collected by the ants. Two bees took some food and fought for it. The active ants did not consider the lazy friends. They continued to collect food. They walked in a row after collecting the food. The lazy friends were jealous of the activeness of the ants. The grasshopper and the bees said, "Why are we not able to be as active as the ants?" The ants were concentrating only on collecting food. The lazy friends were just watching the ants. The active ants saved the food they need for the winter season. The lazy friends were teasing the ants by singing and dancing. The grasshopper asked, "Why aren't the ants not looking at us?" The bee said, "Let us disturb them." Another bee said, "Yes." They said so and was waiting for a chance. One of the bees called out an ant from the group. The ant asked, "What shall I do for you?" The bee said, "Are you all deliberately avoiding us?" Replied in fear, "No, nothing like that. Leave me, please." All the lazy friends continuously teased the ant. The ant pleaded so much to them. Grasshopper said, "I must not see you here anymore." The ant was frightened so much and went from that place. The lazy friends decided to take the food from the ants. Grasshopper said to Butterfly, "Go and take the food that the ants have collected." Butterfly said, "Okay," and went from there. It took the food that an ant was carrying and gave it to Grasshopper. The ant Grasshopper said, "I can't give the food to you. Go from here." Ant said, "I struggled a lot to collect this food. Please give it to me." Since the ant pleaded so much, the grasshopper and its friends gave the food and asked the ant to go from there. The ant thanked them and went with its food. The ants have collected the food that they needed. Winter season began. It started to snow in the forest. The lazy friends were shivering in cold and were hungry. One of the bees said, "Friends, I couldn't tolerate this cold and hunger." Butterfly said, "Yes, friends, I am also hungry and couldn't tolerate the cold." The lazy friends shivered in cold and were discussing a way to get food. They then decided to get the help the active ants. They struggled a lot for food since they wasted time without collecting it. The lazy friends with so much of difficulties in cold went to meet the ants. On the other hand, the ants were so happily dancing and singing. They enjoyed themselves since they had collected the food for the winter season. The lazy friends came to the ants' place. The ants asked, "You are looking so sad." The lazy friends said, "We haven't saved any food for the winter season, so we are starving now. Could you please help us by giving some of your food?" The lazy friends asked sorry for disturbing the ants while they were collecting food. The ants selflessly shared their food with them. The lazy friends thanked the ants so much. So kids, you should always be active like these active ants. Bye-bye kids.
Subscribe to watch more videos.